Dad and my great uncles and stuff, you know, they raised what they ate. And I had a great uncle that lived to be 104, and he probably eat fatback every day. So that he raised, you know, so, and picked cotton every day. So I think there's something to that, raising your own food and eating it. So we feed them a corn, soybean mix. There's no antibiotics, no growth hormones or anything like that. It comes from a local feed mill over here close by, and a lot of the corn he buys, a lot of the beans he buys, you know, comes from local farmers. So it's about as close to a local food that you can get. Don't be offended if I don't eat lamb, because it hurts my feelings. And when you get out in the pasture, you'll see. I mean, I'll show you the mamas. And when you raise a lamb, when they're born and they're in the pasture, and you look at them in the face, you see a kid. I do, and because that's just what they look like. And they never give you any problems. You know, they never get out. You know, they're always happy running around. And I don't know, that's about the hogs and the beef. It don't really bother me, but lamb's kind of touching. And then had another chef tell me we was doing a cut 3 demo, and I was holding the lamb and he was cutting, he was talking about it and this and that, and he got to looking at me, and I kind of had this funny look on my face, and he's like, stop, he said, you ain't fixing to cry on me, are you? I'm like, no, I'm not, but it's kind of tough.
I think that's the best decision I've made, is to keep farming through having children, because I can just tell I'm having an impact on the way that they see, not just, you know, food, what they eat, but, you know, the way that they view work. And, you know, it's the fact that they see that, you know, a parent of theirs creating something from nothing and really caring about what they do. I hope that carries over. I joke with people, you know, I don't make a lot of money, but all 3 of my kids will eat raw okra. And so I feel like that's all the investment I need to make into the future. And it works out pretty well.
All right. What are the purpose of these dinners anyways? I mean, is it to... Well,
I think for me, I mean, it's to, you know, you could say it's about education. For me, it's to show appreciation, you know, to the people that enjoy this food, to get them together with people that enjoy cooking and growing. And it makes for a really fun time to put everybody together at one table and sit and talk about food and talk about life. And I wouldn't say that there's a purpose. It's just, it's the way it should be, maybe. I don't know if that sounded a little corny, but.
Pig that we're actually using for this dinner. And what we've done here is we've skinned the hog. We've actually boiled it probably about a little over 12 hours. And you want to get as much of the fat and meat off of this. The next step is we're going to dry this out on about 200 degrees, around 8 to 10 hours. And it'll be really, really crispy and hard. We'll dry it out just like this, in little pieces. These are ones that we've cooked in the oven. Ideally, you want to fry these at 400 degrees. Just drop them in a matter of seconds. You actually start to see them. These will actually stay crispy for a week if you have a big batch of them at your house and keep them covered just like potato chips. But they're pretty addictive.
Yeah, you kind of come up with the idea for the dinner and you get inspired, and then you just start asking people who all work together, and that's kind of how the farms came about. I think it's not a trend. I think there's going to be people that call it a trend, and I think those are the people that don't really care about where food is going and why it's going that direction. But at the end of the day, we just all eat. We all eat and we sleep. So, you know, that's calling trending. You know, food is trend. You know, eating is trending, and it's not.
I've been foraging all my life, I guess. I grew up. We always done it. I was like 25 years old before I figured out that everybody didn't do that. My mother's people are Cherokee.
what about your dad?
He's Irish.
Oh.
So I'm an American. I mean, everything's good for something, like even the kudzu, it's not native to this country. But now we've got it and we're stuck with it. And we figured out that the young leaves are actually, makes a pretty good pot herb. The vines are great for making baskets. and the blooms are good for making jellies. See, there's always things, there's all kind of stuff going on all the time. But if you was a kid, what you'd do, you stick this down in there, and you see how it's moving? You know, you're getting a bite, and you snatch him out. See him? You put him back down in the hole and try to catch him again, or you catch you a bunch of them and you use them for fish bait. Look at here. There's some protein. Survival situation, the whole pine tree is edible. If you was on the trail and you was getting thirsty, kind of like I am now, you would take a few of these needles and chew on them, swallow the juice. It's full of vitamin C. Sassafras tree can take and dry these leaves and use them in your roux and your stews and stuff like that. But we're gonna get the root for the tea.
Sure smells like root beer.
Yeah. But just cut these roots off, wash them, boil them. You can just wash them because you don't want to steam them.